Okay, we're live. Let's get the homie in here. Sent the link. Oh, I gotta put it in the comments. Let me try. I don't think it's letting me post a comment. Okay, there we go. Oh, okay, the link is in the comments. Just waiting for the homie to join here. We're up inside. Hopefully, people can hear me. Yeah, I sent the link. Grew up inside. Gotta click the link and join. I don't see you in the participants yet. Oh, there we go. There he is. Add to the stream. I don't see you in the participants yet. Yo, oh, there we go. There he is. Oh, there's a
Big
delay.
facts,
There's a huge delay.
big stacks.
Okay, think we're good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. How you come through? Am I lagging or what?
No, everything's clear. Everything's crystal clear.
Big facts, big stacks. Corey resilient. You already know. What's up, dog?
Just chilling, man. Glad we're on the live again. You know, got to make it a thing. There's a lot of topics that me and you should touch on because we've had some good conversations around some pretty interesting topics. And we just never made it a thing to come on here and do the live, but that's what we're gonna do now for now on. So that's what people can look forward to.
Yeah, for
100%.
sure. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Right? And the title for this, right?
Yeah.
Obviously around, as a youth,
Woo!
experiencing.
Woo! Hey, yo,
Oh
you know the
no,
weed's good when you sneeze, right?
right? But yeah, so I mean, yeah, with the title or whatever, touching on, what I mean, you know, what we experience as youths, abuse, what I mean, and growing up, what I'm saying, and where that leads you to if the foundation isn't built right. As a kid, you gotta have a good environment to grow properly. You know what I mean? Just like a plant, it needs proper soil to grow in, and some people don't have the opportunity or the privilege to grow up, without being exposed to a lot of elements, right? So
Mm-hmm. It's two sides to every coin, dog.
yeah,
That's the thing with that. It's two sides to
yeah,
every coin, bro.
yeah,
Like there's people that grow up with everything handed to them. You know what I'm saying? And then there's people that grow up that don't have nothing and they struggle for everything they need their entire life or whatever. And the trajectory of their life because of that, is drastically different. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's drastically different, bro. Because now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of cases of people that come from really bad backgrounds and make it and become amazing and whatever, spectacular people, and bless them. Much love to them. And the same thing goes, like two sides every coin. There's people that come from good upbringings, not a broken home. They come from money, and then they end up fucking up, jacking their
yeah,
whole life up. You know what I mean? Uh, and it's just crazy, bro, because it goes on all the time. That type of shit goes on all the fucking time, bro. Abuse,
yeah.
fucking in so many different ways, bro.
Right. There's abuse. You know what I'm saying? Um, in a household, there's abuse in a correctional system. As a youth going through youth jail. You know what I mean?
School.
School.
I've had teachers put hands on me in school. They didn't like
Yeah.
fuck me up, but I had a teacher one time like slap me in the face. I was being bad as shit, right? And me and my friend, both of us, we were standing on the stairs on our way to the principal's office because we were just like wouldn't stop wilding out. And right as we're in the hall, like the stairwell, there's nothing like no one's gonna see us in there. We're standing there. She turns around and puts her hand on both of our faces and smacks us and grits her teeth and says, "If you were my kids, I'd beat both your asses."
You know.
But
Yeah.
it's funny, but it's fucked up, But it's like I laugh at it because this is so much shit that I've seen and I've been through personally. That and not only me, I'm sure I speak for a lot of others that laughing is just a way to cope with it and
Yeah.
to just put it off to the side because if you sit there and dwell on every little thing that happened, you're gonna go nuts. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. And that's the thing too, right? Like people wonder, right? Like for example, like you know, with homelessness and stuff, I talk a lot about that, right? Um,
Right.
people wonder why. I told them I would go to restaurants and I would eat at fancy restaurants, even though I don't have a lot of money. When I did have money, I would do things that were normal that would like keep you sane under those type of circumstances and keep you not isolating too much. You know what I mean? And people, they'd be like, "Oh, why are you gonna waste your money on that when you're homeless? You need to do this and you need to do that. And why do you
Uh,
smoke cigarettes when you're homeless? If you're homeless, you shouldn't smoke cigarettes. Or if you're homeless, you shouldn't drink a beer. If you're homeless, you shouldn't do anything that makes you feel
homeless
good.
is just a
You should,
word that people came up with. I don't even like the word homeless, honestly.
that's what, but my point being is that people think that just because you're in a bad situation, the only thing you should do um, is focus on like
The bad.
you shouldn't spend like they don't understand how much pain you're going through from what you've been through, why you smoke cigarettes, why you have a beer when you're homeless. You can't go through homelessness, you can't go through abuse, you can't go through the system and not have something like that. I'm lucky that I didn't go deeper, you know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, for sure. For
a
sure.
lot of blind spots, a lot of stigma.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. You know what I mean?
But no one ever talks about it though, so you know.
Yeah, nah, because it's a very sensitive subject, and
Yeah.
especially in this day and age, like, yo, especially when it comes to like, and I don't even like bringing this type of crap up, but when it comes to like sexual abuse on kids,
Yeah.
motherfuckers get this.
Yeah. Obviously there's something wrong with the way
Bro,
the system is set up.
if the system's built to protect them, but then you're gonna give life to fucking a guy that maybe someone broke it. Let's say someone breaks into my house, right? And I'm sleeping, they fuck us up. And as they're running out, I grab my shit and shoot him in his back on the way out the door before he gets out. I'll probably go to jail in some states. I'll go to jail for that for life when I was just
Yeah.
protecting my family. But you could let someone, I've seen this before. That's the only reason I'm saying it. Someone with like over 100 counts of child porn, and they're only doing like 9.5 months in jail with 5 years probation.
Yeah, I've seen shit like that. I've seen news
Bro, they gave me two
headlines.
years in jail for a probation violation. Well, not 2 years. They gave me 14 months. But then I ended up getting 6 on top of it, 20 months. But for like a probation violation, I just missed an appointment. I got 14 months in jail. This guy had 100 and whatever counts of child porn, and he only did 9.5 months in jail, county jail. They have whole pods set off just for like child abusers, sex offenders and shit.
Yeah, that's fucked up, man. I don't know.
The
That's a whole
system,
nother whole
The
nother world. You
system
know what I mean?
protects them. The system definitely protects when it comes to that. They usually smoke
Yeah,
people that abuse their kids, though, physically. Yo,
yeah,
listen to this shit. Yo, look, watch this. Let me show you something. You want to see some child abuse? Hold on, watch this. Look at this. Look at this thing I was reading. All right, here's the people right here. Can you see them?
yeah,
That's the people right there. That's the mom and the stepdad in Alabama, right? 1-year-old boy is on life support after the worst child abuse case seen. So the guy, the police chief in Atlanta said he's been on the job 20 years. It's the worst child abuse case that he's seen in his career. He's been a cop 20 years. These key people, and then the mom and the dad, they're refusing to cooperate with police and everything, bro. The dad's
yeah,
illegal here illegally. Well, not the dad, the stepdad. So, but like by the looks of it, because the little boy is on life support. He's only 1 years old, bro. 1 years old.
yeah,
And then they found two other kids at the place, and nothing seemed to be wrong with them. Hopefully, them kids talk. He'll be able to talk too. Hopefully, but he's only one. He ain't gonna be able to say much. Hopefully, the other kids talk. Oh wait, no, wait. The other kids are young, bro. They're not gonna be able to say nothing either. Maybe the 4-year-old will. There's a 4-year-old.
yeah,
They're both in custody. And then check this out. The mom, so this how they found out about the kid was being abused. The mom and the stepdad showed up to the hospital with the kid barely breathing, but the hospital that they drove to was over an hour away from their house, and they drove past two hospitals on the way.
yeah.
That's crazy, bro. That's some fucked up shit right there, bro. Now, if that little boy, I'm praying, prayers goes out to that little boy, man. They didn't release his name. It's out of Alabama. It's crazy, but prayers goes out to him. Bless him, man. If he makes it, even though he was 1 years old, he's gonna remember that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He'll remember that, and then that's gonna affect him later
It's
on.
gonna affect the rest of his life. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying is like that's the part that people don't get to see. They hear it in the news and shit, and then they wonder why, kids are having problems criminally when they're growing up. You know what I'm saying? And then they blame those same kids when they're adults for all the bad things that they did in their life. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, and then they hold you accountable, and then you become a criminal, and now you're looked at like an outcast to society, and then you wonder where homelessness comes from, you wonder where the crime rate comes from. You know what I'm saying? uh
Yeah, bro. Especially,
that's my that's
especially
my that's my
that
biggest
nonsense.
picture that I'm always trying to show people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yes, for sure, for sure. Especially like damn, what was I gonna say? Uh, when you like oh yeah, especially when you see like verbal abuse, bro. Verbal abuse, because
Mm,
I went through a lot of verbal abuse as a kid too, from my pops. My mom, and my dad split up, or like shit that, or if your parents do shit in front of you. You know what I mean? Like shit that you get exposed to as a kid that like kids shouldn't be exposed to. Like I try to shelter my children, you know what I mean, from certain stuff. Like, you know,
yeah,
but not like us. I mean, I'm sure you can relate on levels of that too. Like, uh, I was exposed to things as a kid. Like I can remember being my middle and my oldest daughter's age, being at like house parties. My uncle, he used to be like hustler back in the day, whatever, right? He had his own place when he was like 17 and shit. He had this house. It was right on the corner, like literally right on the corner, right? And it was like
yeah,
he knew everybody in town, so it was always a party house. But anyway, I'd be in there like 7 years old, 9 years old, playing poker. Everybody smoking around me, doing drugs, music,
yeah,
literally
yeah,
betting dollars. Like beating people in poker and shit. I knew how to play 5 card draw when I was like 7 years old, bro. 6, 7 years old.
You know?
Fucking partying with my uncle and shit, my dad being there. But like being exposed to all that shit made me think that shit was cool. I wanted to be like just
Yeah,
like that. You know what I mean? So like that shit kind of fucked me up in the long run. Because by the time I started realizing that shit wasn't cool no more, I was already doing time locked up, damn near growed up. Because once you start getting in trouble in the system, it's really hard to get out. You know what I mean?
yeah, 100%, man. Like I had a 6 year probation order running from 14 years old. I didn't get off probation until I was 21. When I was 14, you know what I mean? I got a 6 year probation order. That changes your life. You know what I mean? Because and I was just a teen. You know what I mean? Stealing cars, lashing out because I didn't. Nobody was looking after me. I was a street baby. You know what I mean? I grew up in the street, and I didn't have. My dad was doing drugs. My mom was drinking. You know what I'm saying? They weren't. You know what I mean? I ran the street, so it's like, I end up early age in jail and going through
Mm-hmm.
that, through the system.
Mm-hmm.
And it affects you, because like from 14 all the way to 21, and you're on probation, and they give you conditions like to not drink alcohol, keeping the peace, and being in good behavior. Those are two
Mm-hmm.
different conditions that you can get 30 days up to 3 years for a breach of probation. But from 14 years old all the way to 21, that's when you're learning in life. You're gonna make a lot of mistakes, especially as a
Yeah.
team. We run around, we do all types of damage to ourselves
And
and in
when
our
you
lives. And they're
expose, and
gonna
when you
hold you
be
accountable. They're gonna hold you accountable to that
exactly,
and build a case against you from 14 to 21 to make sure that you're a criminal for the rest of your life based off of your teenage learning experiences in life. They're gonna hold it against you and use it, and that's what they did to me. They brought my youth record up in an adult case. They're not supposed to do that. I told the lawyer. The
mm-hmm.
lawyer said the judge can do whatever he wants. That's what they told me. So
Damn.
again, the system is built against you from when you're all the way. If you grow up in poverty, if you grow up in on the poverty line, anywhere, any country you're at, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna experience life in a different way than other people, that don't hit that bottom level. You're
Yeah,
gonna get
it's
treated
stacked
differently
against
in the
you from the
system.
get-go, bro. Especially if you're being exposed by the people who's supposed to be like guiding you in the right direction, you being exposed to some other shit, and them thinking it's funny. Like, that shit fucks you up, once you get older, bro, because like it makes you like I said, it makes you think that shit is cool, you know what I mean? So then as I got older, being exposed to that shit as a kid, like, you know, it made me wild out. Like it made me not want to listen because like my dad let that shit go on when I was real young. He let me go over there and shit like that. So then as I got older, he tried to start telling me I couldn't do this or couldn't do that. And I'm like, man, what the fuck? Then why would you let me do it back then? Drinking beer, be under 10 years old, drinking beers, you know what I mean, at parties. Yo, check this out. So my aunt, when I was younger, right? My aunt and them, uh, they had this house on this street in this town we lived on, and it was like they always threw these big ass parties on holidays, like big ass parties, bro. Um,
Yeah,
and she always used to go all out, like making these Jello shots. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you know what Jello shots are. Like
yeah,
I'm not
shooters. We
anybody,
call them.
everybody know. Yeah, you know what I mean, little shooters. So, I was like fucking. Let me think. I'd have to say between like 10 and 13 years old, maybe like barely 13 though. I wasn't even a teen yet, probably. I might have been a teen. I might have been 13 at the time. I'm not sure. Like a barely turning 13, right? Everybody. So she made like 100 fucking Jello shots or whatever, and everybody was
Mm.
outside partying. And fucking, I went snuck into the refrigerator, started eating all the Jello shots. So I probably ate like almost a whole entire tray myself, and then I
Yeah,
was fucking like stumbling around the yard. I was walking around everywhere with rollerblades on, even in the grass and shit. And I was lighting off fireworks and then fucking running away in the grass with my rollerblades on. And then like I was outside and I like by that point they all knew I was drunk and they were laughing, right? So like I was like, fuck it. I was sitting there, right? And there was someone there, I don't remember who it was, but I just literally reached out, grabbed this Corona out of his hand and started swigging it, looking over, and someone got a picture of me like that, holding a
Yeah,
Corona, drinking it like this, looking over at the camera out the corner of my eye. I'm gonna have to try to find it, and I'm gonna send that shit to you. That shit's crazy. But like,
yeah,
you know what? Like, and you know, I laugh about that. That was good memories to me. You know what I mean? It was fucked up, but like that was all good memories to me. And you know, it. I wouldn't change nothing. I would just probably, you know, maybe change a few of my own decisions. You know what I mean? Because, but it's like sometimes I want to sit there and blame like my bad decisions on that. But like at the end of the day, I still had a choice. You know what I mean? It's just like by the time I got in trouble and got locked up the first time when I was 14. You know what I mean? And then like, and that's when I started experiencing like real abuse by like the system, like juvenile justice court, government, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? When I started getting locked up, you know, and then I was 14. You know, that's still a baby, dude. You know,
yeah,
I think. You know, when my kids are when my daughters are 14, bro, I don't want them to be anywhere like near that type of level where I was at. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Oh man,
I get scared. I get scared when I think about that shit, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like
you know,
straight up, bro. Cause I was wild, bro. I was wild. Like I used to do crazy ass shit as a kid, man. I used to run away from home a lot. Because it was just me and my pops. Because like my mom and dad split up when I was mad young. You know what I mean? And you know, like growing up, it was just me and him. We went through a lot. We went through a lot together. You know what I mean? Like when my mom first left, we were sleeping on like we had sleeping bags. Like yeah, we had a house, but like oh, we didn't have no furniture. We didn't have nothing, bro. We were just like sleeping bags on the floor for a little while too, and then like we slowly started getting shit. You know what I mean? So like me and my
yeah,
pops is like this even to this day. We still tight as fuck. You know, we've been through a lot together. You know what I mean? Because I was mad young, and then like, but like before they split up, like they were going through a lot of bullshit for years, bro. Like I can tell you some crazy shit, you know what I mean? But I don't want to get too deep into it. On live
yeah.
and shit, maybe, you know what I mean?
Cause
Like, but
we got videos that we're gonna be coming out with some heavy hitting topics. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, for sure, for
we're
sure.
just getting warmed up. But I mean,
That
yeah,
too.
man. Right?
Yeah, that too. My bad, my bad. I think it's a lag. I think I felt like keep cutting you off.
Oh no, it's all good. There's always a lag, but yeah, man. I don't know. The battle that I have really, you know what I mean, is just people don't understand where issues root from, why people have problems, why they have mental illness, why they have problems with the law, you know, why they have problems maintaining themselves in the world and keeping a job or getting employed. And people don't realize that it starts at the foundation. And the majority of people were at an advantage point as a child and as a teenager. If you were 14 years old and you had parents or family or anything, or you even
Mhm.
just let's just say if you even had somewhere to rest your head on a pillow on a bed when you were
Right.
14 years old, you're pretty much privileged. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many people that, you know, 14 years old, 13 years old, literally were abandoned in the streets in to be
Even
manipulated by
younger
what's going
too.
on in the streets. You know what I'm saying? And you wonder where all the problems come from. It's just
Well,
it's the same way if you're growing a garden, you have to give care and love to your garden, and you have to guide it in a way that it's going to grow prosperously. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with a human being. It's the same thing with a child. And if you don't
yeah.
grow up right, and if you don't have that foundation, if you don't have love in your life, and you're in the streets at 14, it's gonna, believe it or not, it's gonna make it impossible for you to be like everybody else, and
Yeah,
everybody else expects
so
you to be like everybody else. And that's the
yeah, but
problem.
that's not what you seen.
You know,
My bad,
it.
dog. My bowl got clogged up, yo. I'm trying to fucking. Yeah, let me close this shit up. My shit got clogged up right now, bro. I gotta
Shout out
clean
to
it
the
out.
4 people watching this.
Oh, we
Shout out
got
to the
four
four
people
people
in here.
watching this.
I see. Oh yeah, shout out to Ryan. Hey Ryan, oh he was on my live earlier, yo. Shout out to Ryan. He's cool, man. Fuck with Ryan. All
Yeah,
love.
Ryan's my buddy, yo. Friggin' yeah, he's out in the UK. I got him to start a YouTube channel up. So he's been doing his thing, man. So shout out to you, Ryan, man. Keep doing your thing on your YouTube channel, brother.
Oh, he got a
Don't
channel.
be. Yeah, man.
I'm gonna
I
go
was wondering.
subscribe. I'm gonna go subscribe right now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go subscribe, Ryan, for sure.
He's one of my day ones. Ryan's literally
Oh, he's
like one
one
of
of
my
your
day
day
one.
one.
He's a day
No
one
shit.
subscriber. But like when I was at like 100 subscribers, like he was there
Hell
from the
yeah,
beginning.
boy. That's what's up. Shout
Yeah,
out to
he's cool.
Ryan, dog.
I support him. Yeah, man.
That's what's up,
I
bro.
want to do. I want to do another video too, man. I want to do so many videos, man. Like lately, just things that I've been thinking about. You know what
Yeah,
I
for
mean? Like,
sure.
yeah, man. There's so much on my mind. I don't even know what to talk about. But so many things going on in my life right now. I just went through
Hell
the
yeah,
craziest
bro.
changes in the last 2 weeks. But when the time is right, I'll make a video and really break down everything that just happened in the last month. You know what I mean? But it was a
Yeah.
lot for sure. But I'm still
Hmm.
rolling. I'm
You
still
already know
going.
you got family though, dog. So you straight. You know what I
You know
mean?
what I
That's
mean?
that like
Real
that's
life.
like we can relate, bro. Because and then like I feel like we solid because we both came from similar backgrounds as children. So like we know what it's like to be betrayed by somebody that's super close to you. So loyalty is something that means a lot to me and to you.
It's
I
not.
can tell. So
You know what I mean?
like that's why I fucks with you, dog. You know what I mean? You're my brother, dog. I got mad love for you. I love you like cooked
Sure.
food, baby. Ha
You know
ha!
what I'm saying?
Let's
Yo,
go.
I don't know. What I'm saying? I could count on my hand. You know what I mean? How many real, true brothers that I have, and you're definitely one of them, bro. You know what I
For
mean? On
sure.
my hand. You know
For
what I mean?
sure.
So it's real life. But you
Sure.
know, it's hard to
My
find loyal
bad.
people now.
Yeah, bro, it is. You know what I mean? And like the thing of it is, bro. And when you say loyal or whatever, people think like, oh, because this guy, grabbed a gun with me and went and shot this person. That's like something that could be part of it, you know?
Street loyalty.
Yeah. But there's other gestures that you can make to show somebody that you fuck with them. You know what I mean? Like just checking up, like what I mean, just being, I don't even gotta break it down. Like motherfuckers know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Like when you fuck with somebody and somebody real, it's real, recognized real, and you just feel that shit. You know what I mean?
100%.
But speaking of that child abuse shit, now that I'm thinking about it, bro, like there's a lot of times, bro, that I've went through it's like crazy ass child abuse, bro. And like I'm just
So
one person. Like when I really think about it,
so
I'm
let
just like one person.
can I ask you a question then? Like
Yeah,
my question to you is like, I know, like me and you have talked behind, behind scenes, right? But
for sure.
I'm wondering, like, how did it affect you? You know what I'm saying, as a child going through that abuse? Did it lead you do you think that abuse as a child that you went through and the things you were exposed to, do you think that it led you down a path of like a criminal path, out of like resentment, like against, like lashing out against what you went through in your life, or do you think that you were just like a demon from the jump and you were just like, yo, I'm gonna be a demon and this is what I do. You know what I mean? Or do you think it stems from
Nah, bro.
childhood?
I feel like, or you going? Were you finished?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Um. Yeah, bro. Like, so I was decent. You know what I mean, as a kid, but I do remember like I was getting exposed to shit like kindergarten age, bro. So like I was getting in trouble in kindergarten. You know what I mean? Like, but I was always super smart. Like that was the crazy part about it. Like I never had no problems when it came to like academics, like math, science, whatever. I was always smart in all subjects and shit like that. Um, it was just like my behavior, bro. Like, and at the time I didn't know it, but it was because all the shit that I was seeing, bro, as a kid. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
you know what I mean? Like, and that shit made me. It did affect me because I'm 31 and I'm like just now like settling down, having a family. Getting married, like married and stuff. Um, and I don't think that. I mean, it really depends on what type of life you're leading or what type, you know what I mean? But like the normal person shouldn't be, I guess 31 isn't that old when you really think about it. But like for a lot of years, bro, like I went through a lot of like ups and downs and phases because like I had trust problems because like being exposed to shit as a kid, like my mom, you know, she used to like sleep around on my pops and shit, and she would bring me with her sometimes, like to go to guys' house or whatever, you know what I mean, and do whatever they
Yeah,
do.
yeah,
And I
yeah,
didn't know
yeah.
what was popping off. Like I did, but I didn't. Like I don't know, right? So like that made me like not trust females for a long time, dude. You know, until I found like a solid one that I got now. But uh
Of course.
like so with that, and then like the thing with like the partying thing, allowing me to drink, smoke weed as a kid, and then once I started getting in trouble, like it was like I was directed straight into that, bro. Like it
So
wasn't
wait,
out of
wait,
like they were trying to fuck me over on purpose. You know what I mean? I don't.
yeah.
Go ahead.
So the neighborhood that you grew up in, where did you grow up, and was it like the neighborhood? Was it a good neighborhood, or was it a good state, or was there like crime and violence
I
in
grew
in
up
the
in a
area? Like,
shithole town, bro. I grew up in a
yeah,
shithole town and a shithole city. Like
yeah,
it
exactly.
like there
So
ain't
you were
there wasn't
exposed.
murders there every day. There weren't murders there every day, but there was like crimes and shit that committed and people get shot and stuff. Like, it wasn't the worst of the worst, but it wasn't the greatest either. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and as a kid, bro, I just always was doing bad shit, bro. Like always doing bad shit. Like I don't know why, bro. I was just always doing like crazy ass
Did
stuff as a kid and getting
so
in
so
trouble and stuff. Huh?
like let me think. So what's that word? When it's hereditary or something like that? Do you think like uh like your pops or like your family like have a history, like, you know what I mean, where they like my dad, he was a gangster, you know what I mean, he did 10
Right.
years in the fucking Collins Pay penitentiary, you know what I mean, that's his DNA, he's a fucking G, he grew up that way, he grew up in the street since a child, and it kind of has a molecular effect on his child, like naturally, you know what I'm saying, we
Right.
genetically inherit genes from our parents and from our family, and it can actually have an effect on how we operate ourselves growing up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but people don't see that either. They don't understand that part. That's the part that I'm trying to show people. The reason why I do the videos that I do, and
Hmm.
like we can talk all day about what we've been through, what we did, but people from the outside, like there's people in government that were watching my workshops and they're trying to figure me out and figure
Right.
out why did he have to turn to alcohol? Why did he have to do crime? I don't understand. Even if his parents, even if his where he grew up was hood and there was violence everywhere, I don't understand how he could still go and do the shit that he did. So the
because
problem
because
right
that's what
there
you
is the
seen as a
blind
kid, so
spot.
you thought it was okay.
It affects you. That's what I'm trying to prove to the people that are
It
watching, is
does,
that
bro.
this shit changes you into who you are, and you can't make the right decisions because you don't have an opportunity to. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And and
Mm-hmm.
and you can, as an adult, make the right decisions once you grow up through that, but at the same time you are affected mentally, physically, chemically, in every single way that makes you a human. You are different now from that experience, and it takes a long time to heal from that. And you know what I'm saying? So I'm just in defense of the people that grew up, that went through abuse, in defense of the homeless, in defense of the dudes that got a criminal record, and the society looks at us like a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
was always on the forefront of dealing with that shit, fighting these motherfuckers, like, and defeating the odds. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
my dad was a drug addict. He did needles in front of me. I fucking, my dad smoked crack in front of me. I was breathing it in. He had me selling crack, selling
Yeah.
drugs. I was around that,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't turn out to be, you know what I'm saying, on, you know what I'm saying, like a drug addict. You know what I'm saying? I've been through addiction, you know what I'm saying, alcoholism, ecstasy, cocaine, fucking prescription pills, jail, everything. I did the whole run, but somehow I came up on top. And me and you are the same when it comes to that. We're artists, we rap, we have a talent, we have a gift, and somehow we prospered through all the shit we went through and came up on top and conquered most of
Mm-hmm.
our demons. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
that's special because most people don't do that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
people want to know how, what makes us click. You know what I mean? And but still, that's just something that I'm always dealing with. You know what I mean? Go doing community work and stuff, right? So
And yo, it's crazy that when you say about the hereditary thing, because like I was just talking to my wife the other day, right? And like here lately, bro, I've been on like this super big kick about like my ancestors and like where we come from as a human race and all this stuff, right? So like um and hereditary, like they that type of stuff does get passed down. Like people like you and I and my wife and her parents and their parents and stuff, we were all born working for people and stuff like that. So our ancestors were probably poor, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's this is going back thousands of years, like before our people even came to North America and this country we live, this land that we live on. So it's like
yeah,
the path of that has goes back so many generations that like it's bred into us, like and the same goes for somebody that's born into a multi-million-dollar family and they grow up with a silver platter, never go to a public school in their life, and they drive Ferraris their entire life and stuff like that. Like their ancestors had bread, you know what I
yeah,
mean? It's like
yeah,
there's two sides to every coin, bro. It comes back to what I said earlier, like it's
yeah,
like some of us are born on this side, and some of us were born on this side. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, um,
yeah,
it's able to be crossed back. It's able to be crossed in either direction too. That's the thing about two sides of every coin. It's like a yin and a yang. It balances everything out. And there's a reason
100%.
why we overcame. We prospered. Like there's a reason behind all that shit. Like there's something meant
Yeah,
for us. You know what I mean? Like there's a such thing as destiny. You know,
yeah,
and we haven't fulfilled it yet. That's why we're still alive. You know,
yeah.
we don't
And
know
you know
exactly
what?
what it is, but it's something that is going to help somebody in some type of way.
100%. You know what I mean? And obviously, at one point in our lives, we didn't care about that. We were just going through it. You know what I mean? When you're in it, you know what I mean? But when you overcome it and you realize how lucky you are to have overcome all of those experiences in life, you know what I mean? Now you're an asset, and you realize that, you can actually empower people with what you've been through. It doesn't have to be a loss. It doesn't have to be like, oh, I got hurt in life and fuck the world. You know what I mean? It's more like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I see what the fuck's going on. And if I educate people in the right way, you know what I mean, they can avoid a lot of this problematic stuff that I've experienced. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
So now it's at that point. You know, I'm 29. I'm starting to
Mm-hmm.
look at my experiences as not curses but blessings. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah, because you're able to speak on it, and you know, we got to start small, dog, and then we're gonna build it up, and then reach somebody, people through some way, whether it's, you know, through videos, through music, through anything that we do. You know what I mean? We're gonna reach somebody in some type of way and change their life. That's what's meant. That's what life is. You know what I mean? About
yeah,
for real. You know,
yeah, man.
uplifting each other. You know, that's
There's
what it's
been
all about.
a big disconnect. You know what I'm saying? Like people have been disconnected, and that's why there's such blind spots and so much stigma and stuff like that. But you know what I mean?
People are
It's hard.
brainwashed, dude, through school, through religion, through like traditions and values, um, uh, through like different organizations like Boys and Girls Clubs, fucking Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, you know, everything. Like all that shit
Yeah,
was put in place by foreigners on this land. And then like we overpopulated like a motherfucker and they had to water us all down so that way we don't know the truth, you know? And like then like it's so many thousands of years later that this is where we're at. You know, kids are 1 years old, getting beat by their parents, malnourished, and fucking taken to the hospitals, or like growing up, being exposed to whatever, making them think that's what life is about when really they should have been showing them how to, you know, start fires, build fucking structures, like, you know what I mean? Like they shouldn't have been, no one should ever have to have started sending their kids to school, man. Like people should have just kept passing that type of stuff down, like carpentry,
yeah,
math, everything now has a trade to it. Like you could be a fucking doctor, a PhD in anything, you know? It's so crazy. Like I was talking about that earlier, like accessing the right side of your brain, bro. You know what I mean? Try to do something every day that stimulates the right side. You know, because
yeah,
that's where like the positivity comes from.
for sure, man. Yeah, man. I know we got some videos coming, man. I got a whole
Yeah.
notepad, bro, full of topics I wanted to, talk about. You know what I mean? I just never got around to it, but it'd be cool to even just do it with me and you. You know what I mean? Because it's two
Mm-hmm.
different perspectives and two
Yeah.
different experiences in life, but also, we have a lot of similarities in a sense. A lot of things in common, right? But so that's why it's so cool. To especially
Yeah.
like coming from like I'm in Canada and you're in the States. I know that's not a big deal to me and you because we've been doing this. You know what I mean? And I,
Mm-hmm.
like we got friends all over the place and stuff. But uh, man, just I've experienced like
It
just with
just
my
goes to
usage
show
and
you, like, this shit goes on everywhere, bro. Like systematic oppression, bro. Government, like police. Police were
yeah,
made by the government. The government was made by people with money to control people who didn't have money.
yeah,
And money was
pretty
only
much, yeah,
fucking something. Money was only meant, like, only money was only created to control people, to have power over somebody. Like, so you know what I mean? And it's like, fuck, bro. Shit goes back so many years. It's so goddamn deep. Yeah, I see you,
Yo,
Ryan.
it's funny.
He said,
Yo,
you both
when you were saying that,
inspiring me.
oh,
Huh? Go ahead.
sorry, no,
No,
go ahead.
Ryan was said, you're both inspiring me now. I need to get back into it. Going, start my YouTube channel about mental health. My brother's everything. You both saying a real, start relating. Yep. Yeah, for sure, bro. He's relating in his own way and shit. Yep.
Yeah, and John said money used to be gold dug up from the dirt. Of
Yeah,
course.
bro.
And you know
Yep.
what? Before gold and before silver, people used to use shells as a form of currency. See,
Yeah.
I've done. This is another topic that I'm interested in because I did the Bitcoin stuff, right? So I
Yeah.
started educating myself about currency and the history of currency and
That's what I need to
how it
start
holds
looking into.
value. How it holds value. I already know the other system of the rich and the poor. I already know that. but
Mm-hmm.
the asset itself, the assets themselves, have a whole world of
Yeah,
information around it,
why
right?
does a piece of paper why does a piece of paper mean anything? Well, it evolved from gold. Once they stopped finding gold in the earth because they dug all the shit out and they, you know what I mean? Now it's down deep. Uh they you know they like overdid it. You know, they overdid it. They weren't supposed to go that far, and then so they ran out of gold, and now and then it evolved into, you know, paper, and
Yo,
it's
and they
crazy,
can't
bro.
print gold. That's the thing. They can't print gold. That's the thing. So
No,
when they figured out the dollar system, bro, then they could print it and manipulate it and use it to their advantage and hold it over the masses, you know what I'm saying, and leverage themselves into wealth over the unwealthy and then squeeze them out eventually once they've been used for their labor to build the
yeah,
cities, to build everything.
you know
Boom.
everything, yeah,
Squeeze them out now. You know what I mean? And now we're suffering, we're struggling just to pay rent and then we're broke. So that's the
yeah,
result.
you're right.
Eventually, you know what I mean? Now they just want to get rid of us. California was founded on gold diggers. You
Yeah, he's right.
know?
That's crazy, bro.
What I mean? But yeah, bro, how long has this been going, this live?
I don't even know, bro. Like 50 minutes.
I know it doesn't show me. I can't see it. Oh no, it says 46 minutes. Yeah, maybe we might wrap it up.
Yeah,
Almost
bro.
an
I
hour.
appreciate you having me on, bro. It's always a fucking pleasure, man. That's crazy,
Yeah,
bro.
man.
Hey, make sure you guys like the video, share the video, uh, subscribe to our channels, man. We're gonna keep touching on these, you know, sensitive, 100% raw, real topics, man, that people don't really speak about a lot. Uh, and if they do, the light don't get shed on it like it should, you know. So share the fuck out this video, man, because you know this type of shit needs to be heard, man. People need to wake up.
You know,
You know, stop being a slave to the system, man. Stop letting the system fucking overcome you. You know,
and turn us against each other, right? So
turn
that's
against
why
each
we got
other.
to come together. We got to come together and have these conversations, publicly for us to figure things out together, because the system's got us turned against each other. So we're kind of figuring it all out now, right? So, but anyways, yeah, make sure you guys go and subscribe to Grew Up Inside, my homie's channel right now. You know what I'm saying? Even if you want to put the link in the comments, I don't know. I'm also gonna put the link in the comments after when I end this session or whatever. I'll put all the
Appreciate that.
links to all our stuff because I got to get on that now. I'm starting to get used to the flow. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, we got crazy videos coming. A homie from the States to a homie in Canada. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, that's my brother. So make sure you guys go and subscribe to his channel. But
Yeah,
yeah,
for
man.
sure. You
Other
already
than
know.
that, salute, yo. We out.
Yeah. Appreciate
Peace.
everybody in the chat, y'all. All right, dog. I'll holla at you.
All right. Yeah, I'll link you right now.